that your partner was speaking so slow that it honestly felt awkward to you? You guys? It was you last time too. You're the only one who raised your hand. So you guys felt like you were supposed to be speaking like you were like just going awkwardly slow. But like basically nobody in here thought that the other person was speaking too slow. So what that means for you, except for you. So what that means basically is that while you guys thought you were speaking awkwardly slow, the person listening didn't feel like it sounded awkward. That means you have even more room to go, like as far as slowing down goes. Like what you thought was awkward is still not even close to awkward. And so it's really interesting just how slowly you can speak, and your customer will not feel like it's awkward at all. It's normal for them. It helps them to better understand you when you speak slowly. So I compare this to audiobooks. When I listen to audiobooks, and I listen to them on 3 times speed. So when I listen to, I have a book by Stephen Covey's son, Stephen M. R. Covey, and he's speaking, it's called Speed of Trust. And in the Speed of Trust, he talks like really fast on 3 times speed. So when you listen to that for it takes you like 5 minutes to get used to it, and then 3 times speed, it's totally normal to you. But then when somebody else is steps into the car, they're like, what are you listening to? It sounds like gibberish, because they're not on that same level. So what you have to do is slow it back down for that person so that they can understand. So what's going to happen for you is throughout the summer, you're going to have heard these same lines so many times that you're going to have this tendency to speed right back up to 3 times speed. But every door you knock on, that person isn't going to understand 3 times speed because it's going to sound like gibberish. You need to make sure every single door to consciously tell yourself that you need to pitch that person at 1 time speed so that it makes sense to them so that they understand. So exaggerate it even more, like what you just did, one of you guys' little practice pitches, exaggerate your speed, slow it down even more than that. That will really help you with your customers. Joe has a few comments.
Okay, so for you experienced reps, again, there's a couple things I've been thinking about a lot. Especially on the East Coast, very, very fast-paced nature, right? And so everyone, a lot of times you open the door and it's one of the husbands who's just like, all right, what do you want? Really quick, yeah. All right, really quick, come on, really quick, right? This idea of echoing or mirroring your customer is huge. You need to show them that you care about what they're saying. So for instance, that husband, I guarantee you he's the decision maker. I guarantee you if you can convince him right off the bat, it's done. He won't have to talk to his wife because he's that type that's like, all right, really quick, come on. All right, yeah, tell me what's up. I've had multiple guys do that to me. The way you do it is you respond just as quick to them. You have to show them that you care. Oh yeah, sorry, no, don't worry, really, really quick. This is what we're doing, and then you start slowing down into your pitch. But you do not stay at that same level. So you hit, what I compare it to like boxing in a way. You hit them in the face and then you back off. You don't let them hit you back. So it's the idea of, if they're talking really, really fast, you hit them in the face, you talk with them really, really fast, and then you start backing off, and you get comfortable into your style of pitch. You got to take control of that, and you got to take them around the house and do your normal thing. Start getting their body language involved, start getting everything else involved. And so that's a huge thing that especially experienced reps will take you to the next level. That'll get you 5, 10, 20, 30 more sales just because you can get those guys that you would think like, oh man, they just slammed the door in my face.
Yep. So I just thought of an analogy because I was just trying to think of one. It's like when you watch like movies with the bandits trying to rob the train. They have to get up to the speed of the train, and then they jump on the train, and then they can go to the locomotive, and they can turn it off and slow the train down and stop it. And then they can rob it clean and jump off. It's kind of similar. Think of it like this: like your customer, but you're not going to rob their plane. Don't worry about that. Just saying, the analogy here is that your customer is on this train. They're going at their own speed, and they have some momentum. So when you come in, if you don't get on their speed, like if you try to jump on board their train without being up to speed, you're just going to bounce right off, and you're not going to get anywhere. But if you get up to speed with the customer, if you mirror their voice, their speed, if you mirror their body language, what it shows, like you're getting up to speed with their train, you can jump aboard, and then you can go ahead and slow things down. You can pull it back a little bit, and then you can start speaking a little bit more slowly at your pace. But you need to get on pace with them in order to, you have to get onto their train and then slow down. That's kind of my analogy. Does that make sense? I'm actually pleased with the way that analogy turned out. So, kudos to myself. I've been thinking of one for a little while. Okay, we're going to go to our last section here. And this is verbal communication. We're going to take just a few seconds because this is only 7% of what you're saying. So the big struggle for first-year reps are filler words. And what you'll hear a lot of the reps say, they get to the door and they say, hey, my name is Tyler, I'm out here with Terminix. Just a few of the neighbors are seeing a few of those little ants, and we have a technician who's out here in the area. And if you can work with us, then what we can do for you is get you guys on the route and get this done for dirt cheap. And so those filler words, those uhs and those likes sound awful. Another version of that is, hey, just really fast. My name is Tyler. I'm out here with Terminix. We're just treating a few of those neighbors down the block. They're seeing a few of those ants, a couple of the spiders, that kind of thing. What we do, right now we have a few openings in our route. If you can work with us, take one of those open spots, what we can do for you guys is get this service done for dirt cheap. It just sounds like way more refined. You sound much more educated. And so people in our society very frequently associate education with credibility, and they'll trust you because you sound like an authority. So by getting rid of those filler words, speaking slowly, you help people to trust you. You sound educated, you sound refined, and so they'll believe what you're saying more quickly. Also, when you speak slowly, speaking slowly kind of helps with that one, because when I speak fast, I kind of run myself into corners, and then I go, I don't remember where I was going to go from there, but I'm going to go over here, and then I'm going to get into another corner, and then, so if you speak slowly, what you can do is kind of map out ahead what you're going to say. So when you're speaking slowly, you can say, hey, just really fast, my name's Tyler, I'm out here with Terminix. We're just in the area taking care of a few of the neighbors. They're starting to see a couple of those spiders on the inside of their house. Are you guys seeing them on the inside or on the outside? So you can kind of map out ahead, and you don't have to worry about running yourself into a corner because your mouth is moving faster than your brain. Go ahead and let your brain get ahead and speak a little slowly. That'll help you with that. Next, ownership. So when you knock on somebody's door, first of all, that door, their front porch, that's your office. So when you knock the door and you take a couple steps back, when they say, can I help you? They're stepping into your office, right? So when you knock on their door, it is your pest control company. You are the pest control company. Think of it like that. So when you start talking with a person, you say, what my technician is going to do for you guys is he's going to come into your house and he's going to do this. And what my technician is going to do is he's going to go around the foundation of the home. If we can get you on my route while I'm here in the neighborhood, I can go ahead and get this done for dirt cheap. If you guys have any problems, you can go ahead and call me and I'll handle it. They don't need to go to some upper authority. We all would love, when we went to go renew our driver's license, nobody wants to wait in line for 3 hours to renew their driver's license. Imagine if President Obama is there and he's just like, hey, you need a driver's license? Come talk to me. Yeah, get this man his driver's license, right? You want to appeal to the highest authority you can because they're going to be the one who gets something done for you. It's the same thing on the doors. You want that person to feel like you are the highest authority. They don't need to go to anybody else because you can handle everything for them. There's no reason to call your manager. There's no reason to call anybody else because you are the pest control company. So, like it says, you're the man. There's no need to go above you because you're at the top of the food chain. You are the pest control company. So that's ownership. Next are some word choice things. So you could say the word contract on the doors, but when people think of contracts, they think of signing their life away for 5 years and they're going to lose all their wealth and their firstborn child and all this stuff, and so it scares people, right? Contracts is a scary word, so instead use the word service agreement. If they ask if it's a contract, it is. You can say yeah, but it just sounds like if I say, hey, go ahead and sign this paper and I'll go ahead and clean your windows for you at your house. It doesn't sound like a big deal. We go, hey, sign this contract, I'll clean the windows. And they're like, wait. What am I getting into in this contract? You know what I mean? It causes them to be suspicious. You guys, I took the opportunity to read through the contract many, many times, and I knew there was nothing in there that I was scared of. And I knew there was nothing in there that was going to make me feel like I was cheating the customer, anything like that. So when I said that, I had perfect confidence that by saying the word service agreement, all I was doing is conveying to them, you don't need to worry too much about this. It's not that big of a deal. But if you say contract, everybody's mind goes oh my gosh, this is a 30-year mortgage, isn't it? I knew it. So, that's why service agreement is a better word than contract. So, so next we have spray. A better word for spray is treatment. When I think of spray, I think of raid, which we use in our mission to kill all kinds of pesky animals. Kill some tarantulas, a rat. We sprayed a rat with it for forever, and it started hissing, and it was awful. You sprayed a rat with Raid? It was in our, it was like hiding in our refrigerator box.
So you sprayed Raid in the fridge?
Oh gosh!
No, it was in the back of the refrigerator by the motor. Anyway, so when I think of spray, when somebody says they're gonna come spray my house, I'm like, no, you're not. Like, that's dangerous. So instead, say, this treatment. And so instead of saying we're gonna come and spray your foundation, what we're gonna do is treat your foundation. Instead of saying we're gonna go ahead and spray, all along 3 feet up and 3 feet out, we're gonna treat 3 feet up and 3 feet out. It's just a softer word. It makes the same message. Chemicals. Don't say the word chemicals because everybody these days has a fear of chemicals. They don't understand that scientifically everything is chemicals. Like chemistry is, everything is chemicals, right? So when you say chemicals, people will automatically start thinking like, oh, you're talking like some DDT or some chlorodyne, something scary, it causes cancer. And our products don't do that. Like our products are synthetic pyrethroids, they're derived from a flower. They're not, especially in the doses that we put them, they pose 0 threats to human beings. So instead of saying chemicals, say products. Instead of saying pesticides, people think pesticides, they think you dump in a whole bunch of stuff over their crops and everybody's going organic because the pesticides cause cancer and blah, blah, blah. Like people just freak out by these things. Once again, our products are safe. You can do all the research you want, they're perfectly fine. So use the word product. It doesn't have, people don't freak out about it. Poison, just never ever use that word. Just pretty much no need to say that word. If you're talking about mice, you'll be like, yeah, what we can do for the mice. We do have a couple different things that we can do for them. That's up to the technician. There's no need to say, the technician's actually going to come out here and he's going to try to trap it. If he can't, he's going to dump poison everywhere and he's going to take care of that pesky mouse. There's just no need to say poison at all. So avoid that one. Sign you up. Once again, people are scared of signing up for things because when I think of sign up, I think of, I'm going to go into Verizon and I'm going to sign up for a 2-year contract. And if I want to cancel that contract, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. So instead of saying sign up, you can say get you started or get you on the route. So I'm like, yeah, if you go ahead and go grab your credit card, we can wrap this up and I'll just get you on the route. Or if you go ahead and fill this up, we can go ahead and get you started. So it just is a softer way of saying the same thing. Problems, nobody has pest problems. If you ask somebody like, oh, you guys have any pest problems? You guys have any insect problems? No, nobody has any problems. But what everybody has is pest activity or presence. So if you say, are you guys seeing, the neighbors are seeing a few of those ants, a couple of spiders, a few wasps. It's just a little bit of pest activity. In that person's mind, they're like, oh yeah, I've seen a few wasps, and I've seen a couple of spiders, and I've definitely seen a few ants. But if you say, yeah, your neighbors are having an ant problem, when they think an ant problem, they're thinking those ants in Brazil that eat the forest, that's what they're thinking of. And no, there are no ants devouring my house. So if you say problems, it just creates this huge thing in there, nobody has problems, but everybody has activity. So make sure to use the word activity or presence instead of problems. You can even say issue, which I tend to avoid too because nobody wants issues either, you know what I mean? Nobody has issues, everybody's perfect. So use the word activity or presence, that helps. And last one is kill. We don't want to kill anything, because I had a customer and I told her how we were going to kill the ants and the wall boys, and she's like, you're going to kill them? And I was just like, technically yes. And she's just like, oh my gosh, am I going to find dead ants and insects all over my house? And I was like, you might. And she was just like, well, I really don't like that, but I'll go ahead and I'll get this anyway because I want to get them gone, but that's disgusting. And I was just like, yeah, I really wish I hadn't said the word kill. So instead, you just say the word take care of, and I told the lady anyway, so it was fine. But if you say the word kill, it turns off some people to it. People want their bugs gone, and they want them dead, but they don't want them killed. And it doesn't really make sense, because people just don't love the word kill. So just avoid it by saying take care of, resolve, or eliminate. We're going to go ahead and eliminate that problem for you. We're going to go ahead and take care of those ants for you. We're going to go ahead and resolve the little cricket issue you guys had in the basement. That's enough for them to understand that their problems are going to be gone without them having to go oh my gosh, he's going to kill all the little ants. So it helps you guys a lot. So we're not going to spend much more time on that. So these are the 3 things, first year reps, that you need to focus on. And so once again, you need to exaggerate these when you practice. Exaggerate them a lot, because like I said, what will happen is you will practice speaking extremely slowly, And you will practice like just with your eye contact, just staring that person into the soul, like in penetrating their soul. And you will practice with those filler words. But once you are speaking to an actual customer on a door who has a credit card, whose number you need to take care of their bugs, like it gets intimidating and you get adrenaline and you're gonna start speaking really, really quickly. So if you don't exaggerate these things big time in your practice, when that adrenaline hits you, it's gonna be as if you never practiced. So exaggerate it so that by the time you are in front of a customer, like with the adrenaline included, instead of going from here to here, you'll fall from here to here, right in the middle, and that's where you wanna be. You wanna be speaking slowly, but you need to exaggerate it. Like again, exaggerate everything you practice. So first your reps need to work on is the eye contact. And so that's what I challenged people to do last time. Learn to look people in the eyes without glancing away. Don't be the first to break eye contact unless you're going to direct the customer to look somewhere else. And you can practice this in a lot of different places. When you go to Taco Bell to get your food, when you're talking to the person who's, what can I help you with today? Like, hey, just really quick, just want a burrito, whatever, right?
Just want a burrito.
Yeah, like go ahead, but like look them in the eyes. I say just real quick a lot when I'm selling because it reassures people, even if it might take a couple minutes. It's relatively quick. So sorry about that one, but so with your eye contact, when you go to the grocery store, when you're going to the cash register, when you're talking with the person who's checking out your groceries, like practice looking them in the eyes and having a conversation with them and speaking slowly. That's like a real world application where you might be a little nervous because it might be a pretty girl who's checking out your groceries. And so you need to practice speaking slowly and looking that person in the eyes. Next, slow down. Learn to slow down with your pitch. Be slow, be deliberate, be powerful. Practice conversing with your friends slowly. And so what I learned is I speak quickly. I come from a family where everybody speaks faster than I do, and I speak pretty quick. So I thought to myself, like, I don't really need to change the way I speak all the time. All I need to do is when I get on the doors, I need to slow down. But the problem is my mind is so used to speaking quickly that when I hit the doors, it reverts back to that. So practice speaking slowly all the time. Your friends, like, they're not going to notice if you slow down your pitch a little bit, or you slow down your speech when you're speaking with them. And when you're talking about football, instead of being like, yeah, so what they did with this play is they ran all the way around here and they did that, and they did a button hook, and they threw the pass, and there was a touchdown, woohoo! And so if you're like, hey, yeah, I was watching this football game the other day, super cool thing that he did, they ran a button hook, they threw the pass, they just got the touchdown. Like, your friends aren't going to notice, but it's going to help you learn to speak a little bit more slowly. The last one is filler words. Practice your pitch, and you need to kill the filler words, and don't feel bad about using kill in this sense, because you need to get rid of those filler words. No uhs, no buts, no likes. Did you say there was another one? I remember last time you had a comment on this one. But just get rid of these filler words. Learn to sound refined and educated because it displays knowledge and confidence and it'll inspire your customers' trust. So when you're practicing, focus very hard on getting rid of those filler words. And if you guys will do all of these things and you'll practice these every day until the summer, what it will do is it will, your learning curve typically when you get out there for the summer will be like 2, maybe 3 weeks, where it'll take you a little while to get in your groove. If you do all these things, your learning curve will be a day or 2, because you'll have already taken care of the eye contact, you'll have already slowed down your pitch, you'll already have eliminated your filler words, and so your learning curve, when other people will be struggling for 2 or 3 weeks to get rid of this stuff, it'll be something that you're already doing automatically. So does anybody have any questions about any of this? Okay.